Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
We are grateful to have you in South Africa, and we surely know that you are kind of a person that wherever you are, people see the good person despite what is happening in Nigeria. We have heard many things about you, and you have come to represent PDP and Nigeria as a whole in South Africa. Can you tell us who you are and exactly what brought you to South Africa?
Well, my name is Kingsley Megwara. I am the special advisor to the Governor of Abia State on Diaspora matters. I am also the Deputy Director Media and Publicity for the Goodluck Jonathan re-election campaign in Abia State. So you can see that I've come here in a dual capacity. First, as an emissary of the Governor of Abia State, and secondly, to sensitize our brothers and sisters here in South Africa about the need to re-elect this man. The man whom some of us think is a talent on loan from the people of Niger Delta to the rest of our country. I've come here to tell them about the need for some of them with their PVCs to come back home and cast their votes, and those of them who are unable to come back home to pick up the phones and call their mother, their fathers, their brothers, their neighbors, and tell them about the need to make sure that President Goodluck Jonathan is re-elected so that we can continue to consolidate on the gains of the last years. And they needed to be aware of and sensitive to some of the changes going on in our country. I was extremely very happy that I saw Yorubas here, I saw Igbos here, I saw Hausas here, and that rainbow coalition of Nigerians are what will move us forward. You see, Nigeria is at a crossroads. The crossroad is between us moving forward or going backwards. And I know that the brothers and sisters that I spoke to here are looking forward to moving our country forward. It's a collective responsibility. Governance is a collective responsibility, and it takes a collective effort to make this thing happen. So that's what we did here today. I challenged them that as the elite of the various towns and villages they come from, the elitist concept will be dwarfed in its importance if they are not proactive in the project called Nigeria. I also reminded them that the danger in allowing anybody to scuttle what we now have in Nigeria will be dangerous for not just ourselves, but those kids who are yet to be born. And Nigeria has to move forward. And that's the message I have brought to South Africa, and they received it overwhelmingly. I'm extremely very, very happy with the reception that they have given me right from the airport. They had placards of Mr. President here, and Mr. President is extremely very, very popular here in South Africa. So we are taking our message to London, we are taking our message to America, we are taking our message to Ghana, sensitizing our brothers and sisters. It's not about Goodluck Ebele Jonathan and architect Sambo. It's about Nigeria and the Nigerian experience. We cannot allow and afford the incremental development we now have in our country to be scuttled by people who don't have an idea of moving us forward. And I have heard severally from people on the other side of the aisle. They just don't have the numbers. And the numbers they are putting up will be risky for our country. I liken what I see now to the progress to take us to the next level. Needless to say that Goodluck Jonathan and architect Sambo have done extremely very well in spite of the difficulties, in spite of the challenges. Nigeria today is better than we have seen for the last few years. We are making progress incrementally, laying the solid foundation for the Nigeria of tomorrow. And I truly believe that President Goodluck Jonathan is the answer for the future.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
From what we've seen today and before your arrival, people have spoken good about you and about your office. And we have seen it in your face, we have seen it in your speech, we have seen it in your steps. That is to say, everything people in South Africa, Nigerians in South Africa have spoken about you is very real. So I don't know if, because we said that whoever that is your friend will behave like you. You are trying to tell us that Goodluck is like you means he's a good man. So do you have any advice to still give the Nigerians in South Africa pertaining the election that is coming up?
Well, I am blushing at the what you have just said, but I want to make you understand that I am a former diaspora myself. I had lived in America for 25 years before I moved back home in 2007. I haven't served as deputy chairman of a local government and now as a special advisor to the governor of Abia State on diaspora matters. Like I said, it's not about ourselves as individuals. It's about the Nigerian project and the Nigerian experience. And it so happens that President Goodluck Jonathan is the man driving it today. And tomorrow it will be somebody else. It is important for all of us to pull together the cohesive forces of brotherhood and sisterhood. And I have always said, what happens to a man in Patigi in Kwara State should concern the man in Umunkitocha in Abia State. We are one country. It is the Nigerian experience, and we have to continue to hold together as brothers and sisters. And this is the message we want to take across. And I am very happy that those messages are resonating with our people. They now see the reality. I don't like to call political parties by their name, nor will I call the presidential candidates by their names. But I want Nigerians to look at the man who is clamoring to be our president. Look at his record. Look at his antecedents before now. A man never changes. He might wear a suit today. Suits don't make men. What makes the man is the heart. And we think their direction is wrong. Several years ago, as a young student in America, there was an American, the late Ronald Reagan. He said, if the numbers are not working out right, I think then he called it voodoo economics. What General Buhari and his party stands for in all ramifications, economics at home and abroad have looked at it and said it's voodoo economics to us. It doesn't work. Their numbers just don't add up. What we want to sustain is the incremental development we now see in our state under the leadership of this man. That's what we are defending, and we are prepared to defend this with every iota of the blood in our veins. It's the right thing to do now, it's the right thing to do tomorrow, it's the right thing to do forever to move our country forward. We cannot allow what didn't work then to be reintroduced now by General Buhari. It won't work for. It's not about him. It's about the ideology of his party. And again, when you have a group of disgruntled politicians come together, what they will breed is a disgruntled ideology. It can happen. It can happen even in the church. When you have a church situation where somebody breaks away, you have a group of disgruntled reverends, and what they are preaching is disgruntled spiritualism. And that I can liken that to what I see in the opposition party. They just don't have it, my friends. It was voodoo economics for President Reagan. It's wayo economics for us today, and we are not going to allow that to happen. The country has to move forward, and President Jonathan has the answer. We just think he has the answer, and that's why we are going to support him. Like I said, we're moving to London, we'll go to Atlanta, we'll go to Dallas. People are calling back home. Yes, they might not have PVCs, but they are calling back home. And I'm telling them, it's not about sending Western Union. We have a compelling interest in this new Nigeria project to consolidate on the gains of democracy, and that's what we want to do. The opposition, they are not Democrats. The democratic regime in our system must hold, and this is the direction we must go. And I'm extremely very happy to be in South Africa. And by the special grace of God, come May 29, the continuity we want in President Goodluck Jonathan and architect Sambo we hold, and will continue to make life better for the Nigerian populace. It's all about the people. It's not about those of us who are politicians. It's about the people. It's about the people. It's about the people. And we think today, Nigeria, this is the man with the answer, and that's why we are fighting for this Nigerian project.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Do you have any advice or encouragement to give to those that are in South Africa on their way to come home, to come and participate on this election, come 14th February?
Well, they need to come home and come home fast. His Excellency, the President of our great country, is very happy with them and their performances here in South Africa, and they will always have to remember that every one of them, they are ambassadors of this great country, Nigeria, we call home. And whatever they are here, how many mansions they have here, whatever flashy cars they have here, they must think Nigeria and think home. Nigeria is the only place on the face of this planet you can call home, and you must think home and remember the less fortunate people in our great country.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You have spoken well, and you have shown us that what people have already said about you in South Africa is real of what you are. We are encouraging you, and we are pleading to you to keep on being what you are. In politics, we have bad ones, but we can see the good person in you. We ask you to go on and keep your words. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Pick up the phone and call them at home. Every vote must count, and we thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.